Take a look. ESPN's Jordan Reid, mock draft. So at 44, he has the Browns taking Perrion Winfrey. That's a interior defensive lineman. He was really good at the Senior Bowl, really good at the Combine. And you hear him talk, and he's a guy that believes in himself and believes in his skill set. What do you think of Winfrey to the Browns at 44?
I mean, first of all, how weird is it in the city of Cleveland to be trying to still follow mock drafts, but you're still looking down at the second round to start everything off with. But to be honest, I mean, you're going to see probably whatever the highest ranked wide receiver or interior defensive line or just defensive lineman in general is as guys go through their mock draft, who's left at 44, because that's still kind of the biggest need for this team that they're going to be looking at. If they can get Jadeveon Clowney back, that enhances where you see this defensive line room right now. But they're going to need some help at D tackle because they don't have enough bodies there. So to have Winfrey there and a guy that, yes, did improve his stock through the pre-draft process, and that's what it's all about. That's why they still have the Combine. That's why they have the meetings. That's why they have pro days and bring guys in to try to talk to them because, yeah, guys are projected a certain way at the start of the college football season. And by the time we get to this point, guys are even moving up the board or down the board based on how they work out in shorts and how they communicate to teams and the information that gets out from those in these pre-draft meetings. So it makes sense to see whether it's Perrion Winfrey or another name with at least the position attached to it as interior defensive line. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's more mock drafts that come out over the next couple of weeks going deeper into the draft in the second and third round that show a wide receiver there. Depending on if the Browns can either bring back Clowney or Jarvis Landry, I think that will kind of determine what they start looking at. When they finally get on the board, get on the clock and get a chance to pick at 44 come end of April.
So in the third round, this mock draft has the Browns going with a couple of Cincinnati Bearcats. Alec Pierce, wide receiver, so you mentioned that, 6'3", physical requirements that the Browns look for in prospects. Then they go edge with that second third-round pick, Sanders, and you see 6'5", 228. We'll need to add some strength and bulk up. What do you think of those picks in the third round for the Browns? Do you like them? Who do you like?
Again, we just kind of talked about it. Defensive line, wide receiver. Look at the second and third round mock draft and just the positions that they're looking at. I think part of it is it's to have two Cincinnati Bearcats there in the third round. I think that's a credit to the program that Luke Fickell is building in Cincinnati. And now, of course, kind of a outside of the Power 5 conference getting into the college football playoff, more eyes being on them. I think that kind of shows, gives them credit for the work those student athletes put in during their time. I do like Alec Pierce. I do like the size there. You definitely need to start getting some size on the outside. We've kind of had these, 5'11", 6-foot wide receivers that are very good route runners, but they're not the ones that go up and win it. Now you can look back at what Cincinnati, the Bengals did this last season, and with Jamar Chase, he's not the tallest of guys, but he goes up and high points the football. That's what I'm looking for in a wide receiver. That's the kind of guy they need on the outside, is a guy that even when you throw it up. In that game against Kansas City late in the year, the regular season between the Bengals and the Chiefs, Joe Burrow was not throwing absolute dimes all game long. But Jamar Chase had a heck of a game because Burrow just knew, hey, I can throw it up to this guy. He's going to go win his 50-50 matchup. We need wide receivers that are going to go win those 50-50 matchups. And that's what makes your quarterback play look even better than it actually is.